Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today we're checking out what's new in the latest Streamlit 1.47 update. This one's packed with small but I think really useful features that'll help you tweak the look of your app. So I've picked out 7 features that stood out to me the most. So let's dive in. Alright, so first up, there are new theme configuration options you can set using a config.toml file. So if you're not familiar with it, this file lives inside a Streamlit folder, well, a .streamlit folder in the same directory as your Python script. So a toml file looks a bit like this. So you have a bunch of settings to which you attribute a value. So when you launch your app from the command line, well, Streamlit automatically picks it up so you can configure your theme, your desired theme. Now what's new here? So as you can see here, I have listed the new attributes that you can change. So first one, you have the ability to choose or control the font weight for base text and also for code blocks. So for now it's set to 600, but if I change it to, let's say 100, you can say that the base text has been changed. Same thing with the code part or code blocks, it has changed here. You can also choose whether links are underlined using the link underline settings. So if it's set to true, well, of course it's going to be underlined, but if I set it to false, it's going to not be underlined. Now you can also adjust the heading font size and weight. So when I'm talking about headings, I'm talking about these ones here. So these are the default sizes and weights for these headings. There are 6 values for the 6 levels of headings, H1 to H6. So if I wanted to increase the size of the H1 heading, I can just do so by changing the first value. So as you can see, the first heading is way bigger. Same thing with the font weights. So if I wanted to decrease the font, as you can see, it automatically decrease the fonts. Another interesting new attribute that you can set up is the header background color of a data frame element. So now it is set to this color, but if I want it to be, I don't know, a big bright yellow, I can do so by changing the color here. They also added one of my favorite attribute, which allows you to define a list of up to 10 custom colors for your categorical plots. So this gives you a lot more control to make your app look exactly how you want. So again, I have a list of values or colors, I should say. But if I wanted, for instance, a blue gradient of categorical colors, like so here, and as you can see, it has changed to the blue gradient color. So all in all, these settings are very useful if you want your Streamlit app to maintain a consistent theming throughout all your apps. Next up, we have an upgrade to st chat input. You can now pre-fill the chat input field using st session state. So this is great if you're building something like a chatbot or using an LLM agent where you want to offer users a few starting prompts or common questions. So all you have to do is set the value in session state. So I have 2 questions here that I've set to my chat input within the st session state. Then you just have to link it using the key parameter inside the st chat input. So this is super simple and adds a lot to the user experience. So like I said, this is a quick example. I have 2 questions here that are actually buttons that update the session state, and then I can link it to the chat input with the key parameter. So here, if I click on ask for today's menu, well, the question that I have set into the session state can be displayed in the prompt, and then I can submit the prompt, and I have of course a response. Moving on, we have an update for st.code this time. So now there's a width parameter that you can set up, so which means you don't have to manually resize code blocks anymore. So it adjusts automatically to fit the content. So this is what it's new. We have the width equals content. So I think it could be very useful, especially if you're showing off longer code snippets. So it can have a cleaner look to your app. Fourth item of the list is an update to st.cache data. So there's a new showtime equals true or false parameter for st.cache data, which displays a little timer showing how long your cached function takes to run. So this is great for well, debugging or just giving users some transparency or on loading times. So here I created a small quick load data function that I wrapped around a st.cache data keyword, and I'm gonna be calling it through this button here. So when I click on load data, you now have a small timer that displays how much time it's taking. Next is another improvement to st.column config, more particularly the number column. Now it supports a bytes format. So this is super useful when displaying, for instance, file sizes or memory values. So instead of something unreadable like hundreds and hundreds of thousands, you'll get a nicely formatted value like 10.5 megabytes. So to set this, you just have to specify the bytes value to the format parameter in the number column, and it's gonna show as is. Next on the list is related to st.navigation. So now it supports collapsible sections. So if your app has a bunch of pages, you can organize them into groups like section A, section B, and users can expand or collapse each group in the sidebar. So this is an example that I have here. I have two sections with a bunch of pages. These are actually the pages, and then there's a little widget here that you can use to collapse the section containing the pages. So it's a great way to keep your app menu clean and easier to navigate, especially in larger projects, of course. And finally, last item on the list is a very useful addition to st.date input. So when you pass a date range to date input, Streamlit now suggests a bunch of predefined ranges like last week, well, past week, past month, past 3 months, etc. So I think this could be very useful. It's subtle but super helpful. So especially for dashboards or time-based filtering. So I think it's a very good addition to this update. So yeah, that covers everything I wanted to show you today in this new update. These may seem like small tweaks, but together they really improve the whole usability of Streamlit apps. So I'm already using a couple of these in my own projects. So if you found this helpful, don't forget to like the video, subscribe for more updates on Streamlit. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.